This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Mabuhay! You're watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. And I'm your host, Howell Mabalo.
Good day, everyone. You're watching the Business Portal on the corporate world, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. And I'm your host, Renelyn Tan-Castillejos. I hope that you've had a very good week. And for today, it's a Friday. And over the weekend, we'll be doing a lot of relaxation because we have a long weekend coming up ahead. And what comes to mind really is the importance of health. How are we doing with our own health? And this morning, we're going to talk to a woman who's very passionate about not just health, but also about the health of their company and of their staff. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our guest, the Vice President for USANA Philippines and Indonesia. Let's all welcome Miss Aurora Duday Gaston.
Hello, Renelyn.
Welcome to the show,
Yes,
Duday.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. USANA is a premium product that provides really good health benefits to a
Yes.
lot of people. But I guess before we get into the product, I'd like to ask you, how did you get into USANA and what made you stay?
Oh, I've been in USANA for the last 8 years. We opened the company in 2009. So I was hired.
2009.
Yeah. We opened for business at the very beginning of 2009. We opened the office at the Enterprise Center.
Okay.
But I was hired a few months before that. So the setup and all, so we took care of that, all the BFAD license, all the government
see.
regulations. Okay. So that's when we started in 2009. We had a lot of international leaders that came here to the Philippines to help us because we are an English-speaking country.
Right.
So they are the ones that are introducing the products to our local consumers. So we started with 300 million in our first year.
Wow.
And after 8 years. We're already 8 years in the business now. So we have been very, I think somehow we have managed to do well.
Right.
We are now the #1 food supplement in the Philippines. I can say that from
Congratulations.
Thank you, from the latest Euromonitor. And we've been doing a couple of billions already. So we're
That's
in a good
great.
state. Yes.
I think for our viewers who just heard of USANA for the first time, you describe yourself as a cellular nutrition company. What does that mean and what kind of products should our viewers expect?
Our founder is a microbiologist.
Okay.
He is an Albert Einstein Award. His name is Dr. Myron Wentz, and he is basically into cellular nutrition. So when you say cellular nutrition, it is actually it's a supplementation directly to your cell.
Okay.
So that's why it's called cellular nutrition, so that you will get optimal health because it goes directly to your cell.
Right.
So the nutrition is directly to your cells. So that's why it's a very it has been a market breakthrough, if I might say, a science breakthrough. That last year we just launched our intelligence, which is a cell signaling technology.
Wow, that sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Cell signaling technology
Yes.
inside your body.
Yes. So the supplement, when you take it, it signals to your cell what nutrition should produce.
Right.
That's what your body lacks. So it's a cell signaling technology.
I see. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people, they might say, well, I'm exercising. Perhaps this is already enough to keep myself healthy. What do you say about that?
Exercise and diet alone are not enough, right? Especially if you're exercising, you need a lot of support, a lot of supplementation to regain back your muscles, for
Okay.
your energy, because you can't just exercise without additional supplementation. At the same time, diet alone is not enough because we don't get the right nutrients and all the antioxidant in one kind of food alone. So you have to have a variations, you have to have the diversity of all the food that you need to do that. And you cannot just eat that, right?
Right.
Yeah, like you need 30 oranges to get at least how many 500 milligrams of vitamin. You can't eat 30 oranges, right?
Definitely.
So what you can do is you take a supplement so that
Okay.
it gets you the maximum health, the optimum health benefit.
And so we have many different type of Filipino consumers who might benefit from this. But I'd like to ask, if you think about and if you reflect about the products that you currently have now in USANA, which among these groups, like these Filipino groups, like maybe athletes, would you say business people, young professionals, who is USANA best suited for?
Our product is basically very wide ranged. We
Okay.
have Usanimals for kids, and that is where we are very concentrated recently.
Okay.
Okay, it's because we think that it's the children that needs most. Okay, it's their developmental stage. So we introduced Usanimals, which is a chewable vitamins.
Right.
Okay, so but our essentials and our other supplements, as long as you're over 120 pounds, you can take it because you are able
Oh.
to already take food
That's
supplement.
the
Yes.
guide.
That's the guide.
More than 120
Yes.
pounds, you're safe to take the
Yes,
supplement.
something like that, something at that range.
Okay.
Okay, and then we also have for the not the elderly one, the more mature ones, we have the phytoestrogen for female, which is basically it helps you when you're starting to do menopause,
Okay.
and then the palmetto, which is for the prostate for men.
I see.
So, but basically, these are products for different product range.
What I'm seeing, it's really a product for the whole family.
Yes, it
because
is.
you cater to kids, senior citizens, and I'm pretty sure even to a lot of the middle-aged
Yes.
Filipinos today. And you mentioned you're in charge of not just the Philippines, but also Indonesia.
Yes.
How do you see that market in terms of maybe what kind of products they want or they need?
Philippines and Indonesia has not much difference.
Okay.
The only I think difference is they have to be halal because they are
Oh.
they are a Muslim
Right.
country, predominantly Muslim, right? But it is basically the same. It is basically the same. The profile, and I think the Indonesians are just more into vegetables because they're not basically meat eaters. They're chicken and fish eaters, so they're leaner, but they need more energy and vitamins because they always do regular fasting. So, fasting is depriving your body of the micronutrients, not just the basic vitamins. It's the micronutrients. You are basically depriving your body of protein, carbohydrates, right? Which are the macronutrients. So,
Where can they find USANA if they're interested to get to know about your products and maybe to purchase? Are you in the malls? How do they find you?
our marketing system is basically a multi-level marketing.
Okay.
So it's a direct selling company. So it's very easy. They can go to Facebook, they can go
Okay.
to www.usana.com. If they just Google USANA in Facebook or in anywhere, you'll see a lot of distributors carrying the products. And if you just talk around and ask, there's so many. We have hundreds and thousands of distributors all
It's
over
very
the
easy
Philippines.
to
Oh
find
yes, I'm
USANA.
sure even you it's very easy for you too.
Okay. And so I'd like to ask now, I know you have a very important corporate social responsibility program.
Yes, thank
Maybe
you.
you can
about
talk
that.
about that.
Our company has been very involved with the Cornerstone, which is basically a feeding program and tutorial for kids to augment a higher literacy program. So that, because sometimes there are kids that are already 10, 12 years old that are not yet able to read and write. So, and sometimes they hide it from their parents, from their teachers. So what we do is that we collaborate with the teachers so that they will be able to identify the least lower 10% of the class So there's tutorials, which is basically provided by the Cornerstone volunteers. On our side, we do the feeding program, and we give them a lot of USANIMals vitamins.
You know, it's really inspiring because you sell all of these products and you give back to the community. And
Oh, yes, thank you.
I'm thinking now that it goes somewhere deeper. Like for a company like USANA to be so successful, I'm pretty sure that it's because a lot of your internal company values are really good. So maybe just briefly, what are, if you go inside a USANA office, like what can they find? What vibe will you see in the employees and even in management?
Our associates are basically 80% millennial. So if you go to USANA, our enterprise office, if you'll see a lot of millennials, they're very high-powered energy. So the culture is very family-oriented.
Nice.
The Philippine operation has just been awarded as the best customer service globally.
Wow.
Yeah, in the whole
Congratulations again.
USANA, that is about 20, competing with other 24 countries. But the core values of the company is basically integrity. So we make sure that, all our compensation plan, what we say, what's on the label is what you are going to get from the
Very
products.
important.
That's very important. We have high potency in terms of the nutrition of our products. So integrity, excellence in terms of not just customer service, but excellence in terms of product quality.
Okay.
We have been rated as the world's best nutrition
Wow.
by Comparative Guide. If you look at the Comparative Guide of Cellular Nutrition in bookstores, you will see that USANA is rated as the best. So excellence, where am I?
Excellence.
Integrity.
Integrity.
Of course, commitment. We are committed to not just our consumers and our employees. And the last one is community. So we have a global cornerstone, which is our CSR. And not just us, just as the Philippines. All the other countries would have their own CSR.
Even in your home base in Utah.
Oh
they
yeah,
have
it's
it as
very
well.
strong. Our founder is involved in the Children's Hunger Fund.
Nice.
He organized a public hospital in Mexico, in Uganda, and so he has been into all the Children's Health Foundation. During our 25th anniversary celebration last week in Salt Lake City, there were about 600 million meals that were prepared and
Wow.
food launches.
That's
Yes,
huge.
food packs that are all going to be delivered for the Children's Hunger Fund for children of Africa and Uganda, basically.
I really feel your commitment and love, not just for your company, but I think for the whole world. Because at the end of it, like whatever product you have, you're working on something very, very specific. It's
Yes.
cellular nutrition. But what I can say, just hearing from you in these few minutes we've been talking, is that this very small cell is expanding to the whole world. So I really
Thank
just
you.
wish you all the best in USANA. We don't have a lot of time anymore, so I'd like you perhaps to just talk to our guests and invite them to know more about USANA, or if they're already using it, what's in store for them, maybe some of the future plans that they can expect from the company.
So basically, I'd like to invite all of you. We have a big event for USANA Philippines, which is going to be on October 1 at the Mall of Asia Arena. If you're interested to know more about our products, to know about our compensation plan, that's the best time to go. So we're all going to be there, and I hope that you'll join and be part of USANA, which our core mission is for everyone and to be the healthiest family on earth.
Wow.
Yes.
There's so much. There's really so much to share. What about your future plans? What's in store for your consumers and maybe even to the people who want to be part of USANA?
We are doing a pre-launch of our new skincare.
Oh, skincare.
Yes, which is called Celiviv, Celivive.
Okay.
So we're launching our skincare, but it's a pre-launch, which we're going to do on October 1.
Okay.
But the full launch is going to be sometime in February. But we are already doing a pre-selling. So it's a cell signaling. It has also the cell signaling technology. So a skincare that goes directly to your cell and nourish it.
So what I'm getting from you is that the strategy that USANA uses is it's holistic.
Yes.
You look at the body, you look at your consumer and even your employees as really just one system that has to have all of the components for it to function. Because you mentioned earlier, exercising is good, dieting is good, but you really also have to have these supplements to ensure that you perform in the maximum that you can. And so maybe you can share about your experience, because I see that there's so much inspiration that you're bringing to the table for your company. Like, how has USANA affected you personally?
Oh wow! In a very significant way. One is as a as the leader of the organization for Philippines and Indonesia, it has not only influenced me in terms of my value for health, but most importantly, it's the value of changing people's lives. Okay, that is what makes my work very significant.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not just having a career and getting a salary out of it. It's really being able to touch lives, especially if you're talking about young entrepreneurs who are
Right.
now our associates. They are able to help their families. They're able to buy. They are able to be financially stable. Some of them gets an average of about, just even if you say they're starting and they're only about $100 a week, that's very good to start
Yes.
with, considering that they're 20, 22, 23.
Right.
I mean, a $200 a week is a very significant income which they can grow. They have no big investment that they would need, no overhead capital.
Right.
They can work from
work
home.
anywhere.
They have they can use social media to connect. So it's a very I think it's very fulfilling to be able to do that, and to be able to coach and mentor all these millennials, to tell them
Right.
where to put their money,
Right.
how to do things professionally.
I think you're really building the legacy through all of these training and mentoring.
Their legacy.
Yes, that's
Yes.
true. In terms of price points for USANA products, maybe for our viewers who are not too familiar, what is the amount they're looking at if they want to invest maybe for these supplements?
Our basic supplement is an essential, which is about 3,500. But that's a big bottle.
I
You can
see.
consume that, I think, in about a month or sometimes 2 months.
So it's worth it.
Yeah,
And
of
it's for their
course.
bodies.
Yes, and it's the best product. So you can make you are sure that you are getting high potency, purity, good quality, and it really works. What's on the label is what you take for your body.
Amazing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. I know a lot of our viewers now are really interested, not just in the products, but also in terms of the kind of inspiring vibe that USANA gives. I know
Thank
this
you.
cellular nutrition company will continue to touch so many lives, not just here in the Philippines and
Yes.
Indonesia, but the rest of the world. So thank you so much. It has been a pleasure for me, Duday, to
Oh, my pleasure.
know more about USANA, and we hope we can have you again. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming to the show.
Thank you.
And to our viewers, we'd like to thank you. We hope you found something insightful, that when it comes to answering health problems, it's really something that we should address in the totality of who we are. And so don't change your channel. We'll be right back for our next segment.